What's cracking, YouTube? Problem here, and today, guys, I'm coming at you with my next Call of Duty League podcast episode. We're going to be jumping into CDL news, GA news. We're also going to be talking about some team records and team roster changes and stuff potentially, and roster changes that have happened. Before we go any further, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification button, and drop comments in comment section below. I greatly appreciate it. Helps me out, helps channel out, helps the algorithm pull my channel into saying to other people, hey, check him out. Great guy, amazing content. Recommend him. All right, let's crack into it. So, not sure if I talked about this in my last podcast episode or not, but OpTic, they placed top 8 at Major 1. Pred is out of the main lineup before Major 1. He's on a mental health break. Hook replaces Hook the Nuke replaces Pred or AG. So Tyler, aka Hook, replaces AG on the team for the rest of the qualifiers for both qualifiers, the Minor 1 tournament, and for the Major 1 tournament. We also got news last week that Pred, he is back on OpTic, and Hook is out of the team lineup. Personally, for me, I feel like this is a major mistake, especially with Hook out of the main lineup. AG has more potential, more ceiling with the team and all chemistry-wise. But the main reason why I'm saying this, guys, is Hook is the best player they had for the Major 1. I feel like if they didn't have Hook, they would be dropping Pred or someone to pick up Hook, or if Hook wasn't in lineup, if Pred was still there and he struggled and didn't do good and they got top 12 or top 8, like they still probably would have gotten, and they picked up Hook, well, they probably would have looked at picking up Hook, but no, they dropped Hook for Pred, guys. And I'm just thinking, looking at the stats and all for OpTic and looking at how all the players played and even listening in on their team comms, like, you could hear that they were both struggling and that things just did not seem to be clicking for them. Like maybe it was an off weekend for them or something. But my thought process is, guys, if they really want to make change, it's like, yes, Kenny has his potential. Yes, Shotzi has great ceiling for OpTic. Yes, Dashy does too, but someone had to go, and I just felt like Kenny was the one to go because it's like he is struggling. Yes, at start of each season he does struggle. However, guys, however, this is Omni movement. This is not like a simple side cancel. And yes, Kenny got that insane 1v2 of him defeating Thieves on that map 5, round 11, of pulling off the reverse sweep against them in that map. But I feel like Kenny's struggle is just bringing the team down. Like, they just can't seem to get anything going. And it's like he's literally throwing his life away on map. Like, I heard he went something like 10 and 26 or something like that. I don't remember. I heard it's on one of the podcasts I was listening to, whether it was Tactical Rab or the CDL podcast or Zuma. But I just feel like Kenny needs to step up in a really big way. All right, next. Teams that Hook can potentially go too if teams are making roster changes. For S tier, I don't see any changes really being made. I know that Pred was in Toronto, according to Tactical Rab, more than likely, and I thought, holy moly, are we about to see Pred go to Toronto Ultra? Mainly because we didn't know what was going on because there was rumors that he was gambling, that he had bad blood, that there was some sort of drama going behind the scenes and stuff. But that did not happen. Pride came back. So S tier, A tier, I don't see them making any changes. But for for teams he could go for, or for teams that they could go for, is Minnesota Rocker, Boston Breach, Vancouver Surge, Cloud9. Like those four right there, I could see them seeing Tyler on the open market and be like, hey, we know what you can do. How much can we get for you if other teams are trying to bid for him? Minnesota, I could see them dropping Paul X for Hook. I feel like that would be definitely a major bump up. Boston, I'd say if Cammy is just struggling in general, AR, drop him. Definitely has leadership, veteran perspective. Yeah, Cammy and Hook are both veterans of CDL. But I feel like Hook would probably be better since it's Omni movement, and he is extremely gross. If you guys watched him in Advanced Warfare, you would know what I'm talking about. Extremely gross, especially at 14, or was it 15 years old? I forget. So next, Cloud9, I feel like you should drop Crump. People say drop attach. He is basically grandfather and / getting so old and slow that he needs to be retired. But I just feel like attach it's like he's got the leadership. He's their IGL leader, I believe. It's like you drop him, who's going to be your IGL leader? It's like accuracy's your coach. You can't bring accuracy in unless that's some sort of crazy play you really want to go for. But we just got to wait and see. Vancouver Surge, you've got... So they did drop Hixie off, and right now they're looking at Afrom, Hook, and Neptune. I know pros have been saying in challengers that Neptune deserves a spot. When I've seen Neptune play, it's just... Yeah, he looks good in challengers, and his movement's great, but I feel like he needs a team that's more... Yeah, I'm not sure. It's like, I know Neptune deserves a spot, but I don't know what team would pick him up though. Like that's my main thought process behind this long thought. All right, next let's talk about Jackal GAs or GAs in general. So the Jackal is the SMG of Black Ops 6. Pros have GA'd the Jackal, they have GA'd the long barrel, they have GA'd the other barrel, they have GA'd, I believe, most barrels, all except for, according to Abizi on Atlanta Phase, the recoil springs barrel, which I need to figure out, which I need to test out and try out. Yep. Also, teams are majorly upset with this because there are teams saying, hey, just because there were 4 Jackals being run on Hacienda doesn't mean that it needs a GA. You could bring back another AR, a stronger AR, and still compete with a full power Jackal. Like I'm down for this. It's like stop messing with stop messing with the gun itself. It's like if you want to do it naturally without messing with the gun, you could just bring something in that's just as strong as Jackal, but for AR players, so it's an even playing field. But that's not what it is. That's not what is happening. Next, SMG pros are playing with the C9, which is the MP5 in Black Ops 6. So I'm not sure if you guys have seen the famous clip of Atlanta FaZe versus Minnesota Rocker in MW19, where this was the inaugural year of the CDL back in 2019. But what ended up happening was Cell gets a ridiculous he goes on a ridiculous killing spree with the MP5 against Minnesota Rocker. Yeah, but what goes game 5? However, the way Celium is the flex in the game right now, it's like Jackal or C9, if it's as strong as it is in MW19, along with it being the SMG for the Tiny Terrors, Simp, and Abeezy on Atlanta FaZe, I say the league is in big trouble. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you still have God Squad of Thieves, but I don't see Thieves matching up against FaZe, especially if the C9 is going to be as strong as it was in MW19, or even if the Jackal GA gets unnerfed and they use a different AR, I still don't see Thieves taking majors or minors off FaZe, mainly because this is a 3 or 4 SMG meta team, and you have Cell back to his confidence of dropping a 1.5 KD in the competitive scene. You're going to be so terrified on the other side for if you're the opposing team, because Celium is a straight up monster, whether it's AR or SMG, and you are going to be scared. Like, teams are, well, by scared, I mean you don't know what you're going to be going up against, of what Cell's going to do, because he was literally hitting ridiculous moments with the Jackal. And if they un-GA the Jackal or do the C9, I am telling you, Omni Movement's C9 Celium in Tiny Terrace is going to be terrifying. I don't think God Squad would have a chance, and I apologize if I'm ranting at this point. Next, one thing, so Zuma, the host of the Flank for the podcast, he's getting pissed off at all the GAs going on, mainly because of all the stuff that's happened this season so far. Like, he's already told his challengers team that he is no longer sponsoring them, mainly because they made roster changes that were not approved by Zuma, and now this is happening, and I just think Zuma is about close to losing his mind, / he's just pissed off at the pros for not thinking clearly or trying to come to agreement rather rationally and think of a way without having to say, oh, ban this, ban this, ban this constantly. Especially Scrap, who has been crybaby cheesing so much. Now, let's talk about scrims and records. Thieves, they are getting scary again in scrim sets. Some people say, before break they were Cold War scary and all against other teams. However, once we went through break, FaZe started getting Cold War scary. They are still Cold War scary in my opinion, and this is where I go into FaZe's record. So all throughout the whole Major 1, they only drop one S&D. One S&D, guys. And that was against Thieves in not Grand Finals. In Winners Final Map 2, Thieves take the Search and Destroy. But when we look at the other S&Ds, Game 5, round 11, winners finals. FaZe takes it. Grand finals, game 2. Grand finals, game 4. Grand finals, game 7. FaZe takes all of them. They are currently on a 4-win streak. They are currently on a 12-game win streak. They are currently 1 game off of tying, 2 games off of being their record. Even if they do drop maps, that series record or game record of beating other teams is going to be broken more than likely. They have to go up against Vancouver Surge. I see Vancouver Surge not winning against FaZe. That puts them at their 13 game streak win record from Cold War, and the next team they play is OpTic Texas. They beat OpTic Texas more than likely because Pred hasn't practiced since his mental health break, because he never practiced when he was on break. I see them going 14-0. I just think FaZe is looking extremely scary, and Thieves are looking scary. We're probably going to see them again in the grand finals at Major 2, maybe even at the minor, depending on how the bracket shapes up and stuff and how Thieves plays. Do I see FaZe gain a winner side bracket spot in both the minor and major? Yes. Probably 6-1 or 7-0, maybe. Who knows? Just gotta wait and see. Sorry guys if I ranted and raved. Hope you guys liked the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Turn on that notification button, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.